like 12 years old. I'm like, yo, I'm broke. I'm trying to make some money. So then I clicked on that, and that took me to some forum where like you do a bunch of surveys all day, and that's how I kind of started it off. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like this. Like there's got to be other ways to make more, and that led me down that journey. And at first they thought the whole thing was a scam because I used to have a website. You can't tell me that Edwin post an ugly photo because all my photos are super that type of
yes.
You like post the ugliest photo you've ever seen, but then write the best caption in the world. And I told him, hell no, I'm not doing that. Zero fucks at all. Like he's like the ultimate representation of somebody that just is totally present, like in the zone, like has ultimate confidence, is not afraid what people think about him. And I remember I saw the show once, I'm like, wow, like I wish I just had like an ounce of that. Like he literally does not care. He'll say the most random stuff. And like I love that about him. So that's somebody else that I look up to. Never. See. Hey, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing great. How's it going?
Good. I'm super
Can you hear me well? Am I lagging? Do I sound good?
Yes, it's good. No lagging.
It's good. So before we start, is your name pronounced Revathi? How do you pronounce it?
Yes. Revathi.
Say one more time.
Revathi.
Oh, Revathi.
Yes.
Revathi. Okay, got you.
How are you? Like, how you celebrated your Christmas?
It was chill. I went to a friend's house, and then we just a bunch of like dancing, drinks, all that, just like good times.
Yes, I saw it on your stories, like all dancing.
Yeah. So I just started posting the videos and all that.
Yes. So you are super excited for New Year and new resolution.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Heck yeah. I've been actually before this call I was looking for course on like the year to make it a lot better and like to switch up the things that you went wrong and all that. So I'm just trying to make 2019 the best year ever.
Yes. So like, are you this confident since your childhood?
No, not at all. Not at all. So man, I grew up, I would say super insecure, super shy. It wasn't so much that I couldn't talk to somebody. It was just depending who the person was or the scenario. It was like too many people, or if it was somebody that I thought was like too popular or whatever. Like I already know how to express myself. Like I was better. Like I would always go to like the weird kids. I always found that for some reason I always went to them because like I felt like at home with them. So I wasn't really like this super outgoing guy. That like knew everybody and was able to just go up to any person and say hi, what's up, to like the video for Christmas. I would never, like 10-year-old Edwin would never dream about being in the middle of a room with everybody just like looking like an idiot, just dancing, looking stiff and all that. I would never do that. And now I can do that. I don't really care. So that, yeah, it's like a night and day.
Yes, like where it all started, did your family support you through this journey of entrepreneurship?
Yes. At first, it wasn't always like that. I started like trying to make money online and try to like start my own business and all that when I was about like 12 years old. So I remember I was like in summer. I was Googling some stuff, and I think I saw an ad for how to make money online or get paid for whatever. And I was like 12 years old. I'm like, yo, I'm broke. I'm trying to make some money. So then I clicked on that, and then that took me to some forum where like you do a bunch of surveys all day, and that's how I kind of started it off. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like this. Like there's got to be other ways to make more, and that led me down that journey. And at first they thought the whole thing was a scam because I used to have a website, a blog, and I would put up like Google ads, and the only way to get paid for the Google ads was to put your social security number. And I was like a 13-year-old asking my parents, like, hey, can I put up like my social security number? Mom was like, what, are you crazy? Like, what are you putting that number up for? And it was such a mission to get them to like finally understand. I remember I had to make like a PowerPoint presentation just to explain like, yo, this is a legit business. Like I need this to grow. So at first it wasn't super supportive, but they're always kind of like, almost like the sense of like, oh, he's just a kid. He doesn't really know what he's doing. And then over time, they start taking it more serious. And then now it's 100% support.
Awesome. And did your college or schooling education help you for this entrepreneurship?
Honestly, I would say no.
Yes.
If I'm being honest. Like right now, I'm still going to college to finish my degree, and I'm minoring in marketing classes. And I'm gonna be honest, you can learn more in 1 hour on YouTube than freaking eight-week semester at college. Like it's so much basic information. Like it's like the most common sense stuff. Like who's the person you want to reach? What's the benefit? And like it's a bunch of that. And when you look up online, they don't teach you. Like, for example, in school, they don't teach the social media stuff, the YouTube stuff, the marketing, the copywriting, the advertising, none of that. So I'm pretty much going to school just to learn about like super simple, like business 101 stuff, and paying a shit ton of money for that when like online you could get way more out of it.
And like, what are you taking? Like, are you taking online courses for marketing, or like how you keep learning every day?
So besides school, so I don't really count that as like marketing courses. I think my problem is I think I go through too many courses. I read too many books. I use my Kindle a lot, so I have a lot of like PDFs on there that I read about just straight, like it's called direct response marketing. Like it's super old school stuff of how to get somebody to take a certain action on the stuff that you post. So I use all of that for my Instagram captions, for my YouTube descriptions, for my video titles. All of that really does help out. So I read a lot of books. I go through a lot of courses on a variety of things. Like the most recent one was about Instagram marketing, and before that was about Facebook ads. So I pretty much try to think about what's the problem I have, and I figure out who has the best information available on that, and then I try to get whatever they have. If they have a book, if they have a course, if I could somehow watch a video that they made online, I try to surround myself with people who know more than me and then go down that direction.
Yes, I saw your ad, Instagram ad.
Oh, that's funny. I optimize that more. I'm trying to blow that up a little bit.
Awesome. Like you took Evan Carmichael workshop you went to. So like, what is the important lesson that you learned and you grabbed from that workshop?
Oh yeah, that was so life-changing. I don't know, were you there as well in the previous one?
No.
Oh, because I was like, I know you're talking about with Evan, so I just assumed you're in the one before that. Yeah, that was so crazy going to Toronto. And the biggest lesson I got out of it is that authenticity and you putting your true self out there, not just in person, but in all aspects of anything you do online, is like the number one thing you have to do. Because before that, I wouldn't say I was lying to people, but I wasn't giving them my full representation of my personality. I was giving them maybe like a piece of who I really was. And it was like this differing opinion. Like somebody would see my story post or my feed post and they'll meet me in person and it'll be like, I would have never guessed you were like that based on how you run your social media. And I was like, I can't have that. So that he really pushed me to like, he kept telling me like, Edwin, post an ugly photo because all my photos were super nice, high quality.
Yes.
He's like, post the ugliest photo you've ever seen, but then write the best caption in the world. And I told him, hell no, I'm not doing that. I will never do that. That was literally from day one he was telling me to do that. And then by day 3, when we had like a one-on-one session, because he gave like a 20 minutes with him. Everybody had 20 minutes with him. Yes. I ended up going an hour and a half with him. Like it was really crazy. And he was just drilling it on my head like, Edwin, you gotta post more about yourself, be more real, be more authentic. And then that's the biggest lesson I got out of it, because before then I always knew that like authenticity was important, being vulnerable is important, but you don't really learn those lessons. Like it doesn't become like transformational knowledge until like you get like that real life experience that like really like sinks it into your brain. So that's like the biggest takeaway I got out of it. And the second thing is the more consistent you are, the better. And a lot of people give up way too quickly.
Yes. And also you got like a lifelong connections for you with Doug, Bo, Mike, Rice, like a...
Say that one more time.
Like you got a network of people.
Oh yeah, of course. Like the people I met there, I already told them like, yo, like I met you for like 2 days and I already feel like a brotherly connection. It was the craziest thing ever.
And like, why you choose a marketing? Why not any other profession?
To be honest, I've just always been into creating and helping out people. So I guess it's just like a natural fit, because marketing, you're able to create either videos or advertisements or some type of content that reaches people. And since like a young age, I've always wanted to like help out others. So I used to have a technology blog helping people learn how to use a computer, for example. Then I had like a video game blog that I was giving people news, like any type of thing. Like I want to entertain people, educate people. And I think marketing is like the best outlet for that. And then like YouTube and Instagram game is just like constantly evolving.
And like when it all started, the next level confidence, like what triggered you? What moment triggered you to start that next level confidence channel? Like that video.
Oh yeah, I got you. Honestly, it wasn't like God came shining down and was like, you got to start next level confidence. It wasn't like one of those moments. It was more, it was the whole thing started off because I saw that a lot of people were making like these motivational Instagram accounts and they were blowing them up and they were making like really good money with it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get on that too. And I remember I was like, I'm trying to figure out like what type of name should I call it. And then I remember I was in Starbucks with my friend and my friend's friend came and then we're trying to brainstorm the best name. And he was like, bro, why don't you just call it like Next Level Confidence? I'm like, bro, that's fucking great. And then we called it that. And then after that, I was like, I have this Instagram, but like I'm actually into like the self-help stuff. Like I actually want to be able to talk to people because there's not a lot of people you could talk about self-help and personal development and improvement. Like when I talk to people about meditation, they look at me funny. Like people my age, like not really like in that world.
Yeah.
So then, yes, after that, I was like, let me just create the YouTube channel. So then that's when I started working on that. And once I started making the videos, and that's when the I guess the mission became more clear, where I was like, I used to be really low self-esteem, really shy, really insecure, not being able to like, me walking like in the front of the class was like the most terrifying thing ever. And I was like, I got to this point where maybe I'm not like the most fucking confident person in the world, but like I've noticed that other people, they kind of look up to me and they kind of like, hey Edwin, how did you get like how you are? Like you did some changes that like that I wish I could make it myself, for example. So I was like, I want to release content that 12-year-old Edwin would be able to look at and then be able to grow and evolve from that. So that's pretty much the whole motivation behind that part. Like I just wanted to be able to touch people's lives, transform them, and let them know that, look, it's not a big deal and you can do it and you're ready and you're worthy. And it's just, hopefully I'm the voice that gives you that confidence and that belief in yourself.
And like when I see, and you also collaborated with Evan, like you do breakdown videos. Like how did that happen?
That was the craziest thing ever. So I remember when I was trying to grow out my channel, I remember I kept hearing advice about how you have to reach out to other people to do like collaborations, and then if you do interviews, somehow you can take some of their audience and post it and get some of their people onto yours, because usually the people that you interview, they'll share your video on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. So then I made a list of people in my space who had the audience that I wanted for my own channel, and I made maybe like a list of like 10 people, and Evan was on that list. And I remember I reached out to him, like not even expecting much, because I was like, damn, this guy has 1 million subscribers, like he's never gonna get back to me. I was like, screw it, I'm still go for it. So I emailed him, and then his assistant replied to me, and then she was like, yeah, Evan will be super down for it. Are you available this date? And then we set up the date, and then we started, we did the actual interview. And then on the interview, I remember we were talking about, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the channel Charisma on Command.
Yes,
you heard of that
that's what I'm like going to say, because when I see your breakdown videos, like I can relate to them. Like
yeah. So that's not coincidence. That's all strategic. So pretty much when we were talking, he mentioned Charlie, who's the owner of Charisma. He was pretty much talking crap. He was like, yo, Charlie's so lazy. Charlie could be so much bigger, posting more. And then we started going down that route, and then he was talking about like, yo, Edwin, like we're talking about all of this. I noticed that you're really good at like breaking down things and seeing like the body language and seeing how people kind of like, when they do this, what does that mean? And he's like, I'm terrible at that, but like you seem good at that. And he was like, look, I'll give you a chance. Like I'll give you an opportunity. Like write a script out, pick a celebrity, pick something you could break down from them, and then send it to me. If I like it, then we'll run with it. If I don't, then whatever. And then we pretty much did that. I wrote the script. He liked the script. And he was like, shoot the video. If I like it, then we run it. If not, then we don't. And I shot the video, and he liked that too. And then we posted it. And then after that, we got like, I think 3 or 4 videos that we've been releasing.
Yes, exactly. Cool. Yeah, when I see your voice, or I can relate to that Cherishmon comment. That's what I like. My next question.
Yeah, exactly. So everything's strategic. Cause I saw that he's blowing up with those little breakdown videos. So I was like, I need
Yes.
to see if we could do something like that on Edwin's channel. And I've been slacking. I was supposed to release the video like a month ago, but then I started like the other business which I've been trying to grow out. So then it's been like a lack of time with school and then the job and all that. But yeah, so I want to keep doing those for sure.
Awesome. Like, what is the biggest failure? Do you have that biggest failure in your life?
The biggest failure in my life, related to like personal business.
Personal or business, like any
Uh,
kind.
the biggest failure, shit, that's a good question. The biggest, to be honest, it's hard to say because I don't think that I've reached the level of success that I want. So I'm very kind of
Yes,
like,
I can understand. Yes.
yeah, I'm very like, to a fault, like I'm very realistic, and I'm like, Edwin, you haven't done anything yet. Like, what you've done is cool, but you haven't done enough yet. So right now, I almost, like, it sounds like really bad, but I almost feel like a failure. Like I haven't accomplished what I wanted to accomplish yet. Like I still gotta keep working at it. So I'm still working and grinding out towards my goals. But in terms of like biggest failure, I can't really think of anything that like really stands out to me. Besides, I tell the story sometimes when I let like the love of my life leave and I never talked to her. That's probably the biggest failure. That's what got me into the whole like self-development journey. I don't know if you want to hear that story real quick.
So, like, what is your morning routine? Do you have a specific morning routine?
Especially, yeah. So pretty much every morning I wake up later than I should. Now, but I try to wake up, and then I've had a really bad habit of doing this. Like I check my phone, which I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna get better with that. I already made it like a goal for 2019 to not do that no more. But when I usually wake up, I do meditation every single day for 10 minutes. So mindfulness, I breathe in, focus on the breath, and then I also write in my journal, which is a habit I started maybe like about three months ago, which has been really I guess fruitful. Like I really enjoyed it. It's almost like your own personal therapist. I get to write down my stuff, and I get to give myself like objective opinions and advice on issues. So it's been pretty cool. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I do every morning.
Yeah, I do the journaling because I'm doing it from like the last 7 or 8 months. It's like a very, it gave me so much confidence that what I need to accomplish every single day. I keep myself, I give myself goals every single day.
Hell yeah. And that's what, I think that's the most important thing. If you don't have an end destination, how are you going to get to where you want to go? You get me? I was just saying bye to my grandma real quick.
So, like, what are your favorite books? Like that
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So my number one, actually, I wouldn't say number one. Okay, no particular order. I would say Think and Grow Rich, because that's the one that really got me into the habit and mindset of like your thoughts are powerful, and the more if you think about something long enough, that's how you kind of manifest things into your life. Also, The Secret, which is kind of the same thing, talks about the law of attraction. Like I realized that the secret of confidence is just assuming that everything you do is gonna get a positive result. And that's pretty much the law of attraction. Like if you expect a good result, it's more likely for that to be a good result. If you expect a negative result, you're most likely gonna get a negative result.
Exactly.
Your brain scans things. Like your brain like subconsciously is just gonna look for things. It's like if I bought a red Toyota today, maybe before I never saw any red Toyotas, but then once I buy the car, for some reason, everybody has a red Toyota. Is it that now out of nowhere everybody bought one? No, it's because my brain is focusing on that. And then the more you focus on things, that's how things pop into your life. Another good book that I read was The 7 Pillars of Self-Esteem. I think it was called, I forgot the name, but I think it was The 7 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden, which is a game changer. Because I think I have a theory. This is what I've been working on. I have a theory that the problem to everything, if you want like the ultimate levels of success in relationships, career, business, whatever, I think it all comes back down to self-esteem and self-worth, and whether you think you deserve it and whether you self-sabotage or not, and if you're willing to take risks and willing to trust yourself. I think everything comes back down to self-esteem. So that book was really, really eye-opening for me. So I would say those are probably my top 3. And then if I had to sprinkle another one in there, probably Influence by Robert Cialdini. It talks about the 7 triggers that everybody gets persuaded by. So like things like reciprocity and likability and scarcity that you see in all types of marketing, how to use it in your own stuff to get more people to buy your things or to watch your videos or whatever.
And like I read The Secret, that really changed my perspective. Yes, I read it 2 times. Yes,
it's so good.
Yes, like how you keep yourself away from distractions, because the world is full of distractions.
It's tough, right? It's tough.
Yes, it's tough.
So what I try to do is I try to like, once I have my phone, I try to put it like on the other side of my room and try to work on my discipline to not be tempted to go check it. Also, like, because this is something that I think it's something that everybody struggles with, to be honest. And I don't want to be like, exactly. I don't want to come across here and then be fake and say, yeah, I never get distracted. I get distracted all the time. Like I always know I could be getting more done. I could be more efficient. So it's pretty much like just having that discipline. Like, yo, don't check your phone if you have to. What works for me as well is putting it on airplane mode and not checking. Like literally having like a designated time where you go check it and then putting it back on airplane mode, and just having the discipline to not want to look at it. That's hard, but like this is the little things like that you got to do.
Yes. Like what is the like who are the 3 people that impacted you in life, like inspirational people?
I would say inspirational people for sure. There's a guy called Frank Kern who I look up to a lot. He's like one of the marketing legends in the industry, and him, like I learned a lot about like how to put yourself across in a good way, be more likable and all that. I definitely feel like more recently Edwin's become somebody that like I look up to, just how willing he is to look stupid. Like he does so many experiments with his Instagram or his YouTube channel, and he literally does not care at all what people think about him, like at all. Like he's willing to do that, and it shows. Like I remember before the workshop, he was maybe at like 20K followers on Instagram, and now he's like at 80K in like 3 months, just being super consistent. So I would say he's also somebody I look up to a lot. And another guy that I look up to, which is super random, he's called Big Body Best, and he's on the show with Action Bronson. So there's like a show here in America, and all they do is they go around and they just eat food at random places. But the thing I like about him is that he gives 0 fucks at all. Like he's like the ultimate representation of somebody that just is totally present, like in the zone, like has ultimate confidence, is not afraid what people think about him. And I remember I saw the show once, I'm like, wow, like I wish I just had like an ounce of that. Like he literally does not care. He'll say the most random stuff. And like, I love that about him. So that's somebody else that I look up to. I want to be more like that every single day, to just be myself in like all aspects and say some wild shit and have people look at me funny and not even care. So that's somebody else.
Awesome. Like, what is your biggest insecurity that you can say?
Okay, my biggest insecurity, to be honest, is, and this is something I've been thinking about, something I've been trying to grow, is I guess from growing up and never really feeling like I belonged, I have like this, I guess, deep down like anxiety that like not being like, I wouldn't even say the word love, but like not belonging. And I think a lot of the stuff I do, like I feel like I do have some people pleasing tendencies, comes back down to that, where I want people to like me because I don't want to be like alone. Like I want to be in the group, and that is bad because that limits you. And you don't always, like, in order to grow and in order to stand out, especially in marketing, you have to be willing to walk alone, do risky shit. And if I'm still worried about like standing out too much and then being alone on this island, then I'll never be able to go reach my goals. I'll always be like doing what everybody else is doing. That's something I've been working more and more and more, just being comfortable, being uncomfortable. So definitely that's a big insecurity where like deep down, like I really want the person I talk to like me, which is bad because not everybody should like you. And that's something that I have to really like internalize, that like, it's okay. Especially I was actually, my friend was writing about this earlier, and I commented on his Instagram that when you're into self-help, like you have to acknowledge that there's something either wrong about you or something you could improve on. And then when it comes to getting people to like you, you can technically always get somebody to like you. Always. Like you could always build rapport. You could like not say certain things to like not offend them and stuff like that. But then the tricky part about it is that you have to be comfortable that this is an area that you don't have to be super crazy good at, where everybody likes you. It's okay if people don't like you. It's okay if you stand out, if you're polarizing. And that's something I'm dealing with too. Is like, if I'm choosing a brand new person and they don't like me, it's not that something's wrong with me. It's just because we're just not compatible, and that's totally fine. So that's something also I've been working on.
Awesome. Like, is there any regret in your life till date?
Biggest regrets would be biggest regrets is when I'm in the supermarket and I see like the beautiful girl and I don't feel out, and then afterwards I'm like, damn, bro, she probably didn't like me. So that's like a weekly regret. Nah, but probably biggest regrets is certain things are like the marketing and the marketing, or with other things, like sometimes I catch on to trends and I don't fully like dive in all the way into it. And a couple months later, like somebody else does, and they get these crazy results out of it. And I'm like, damn, like I thought about that first, but like ideas are just ideas. What matters is the execution. So
action, yes.
Like, yeah, action's number one. That's why I'm really trying to just be an action machine.
And like I interviewed this week, Danny, like Evan Carmichael's camera guy.
Oh, okay. Danny, so super cool.
Yes, and like he also told me the same thing. He liked one girl on a bar, it seems, in New York when they went, but he didn't ask for his ask for her Instagram handle.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be wild. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, I just saw you. I thought you were so cute.
Yes.
It works. But like, I need to get that habit more, because sometimes I'm like, was she looking at me? I don't think so. I think she'll look at somebody else. And I get inside my head,
yeah,
which is dumb.
He spoke to her like for a long time, but he didn't like ask for that Instagram handle, it seems.
Oh, and she's still there. That's the thing. Is she's still talking to you, man. She likes you. Just do
it. So, like, what are your resolutions for 2019? What you want to achieve?
For sure. I want to. So one of the main things I'm trying to figure out how to do better is not just teach people or give people information. I actually want to transform their lives. I want them to take the information that I show them and actually apply it so they can get results. And that's why I've been revamping a lot of the things I do when it comes to the way I position myself, the type of content I post. Like, I want to up the quality. So when somebody looks at my videos, they're no longer thinking like, oh, this is just a random kid. This is a random 21-year-old. But instead they're thinking like, okay, this guy seems like he actually knows what he's saying, and people are more willing and more likely to actually follow through on that information, especially if I know that like this information can change your life. Is the most frustrating feeling when you're not doing it, or you're just telling me like, yeah, that's cool, bro, but then you're not making the changes necessary. So definitely that's something that's resolution. Another goal of mine is to build like my coaching business to 6 figures. That's like my ultimate goal. And I just like getting the numbers done and getting a lot of calls in. So that's my goal. And to grow next level confidence, because I don't want to just let that like keep going without me posting videos. So I want to be able to manage both businesses and be able to still be able to help people out and still be able to get paid for it, and then have like a fulfilling year. That's the main thing. Like, I want to make money, but at the same time, I want to actually help people out. That's the ultimate feeling. Like, I don't want to just be super selfish, and I just want to be able to express myself and put myself out there online and in person to the utmost possibilities, to be able to be like my best self. If I felt like this is my level of confidence this year, I want to go
next.
Oh, here, all the way to the top, right there to the roof. That's where I want to go.
That's what you stand up for. Next level confidence.
Next level confidence. I think the next level of confidence is being your most authentic and true self. Not putting up a fake image or a fake mask. Just being you and being totally okay and unapologetic.
Like, you talk to people, you coach people, right? So what is the best experience that you got from your clients?
So I would say, like, I would even go even more personal. Like, my friends, like, a lot of times just them being around me, they get more belief in themselves, and they see how I talk to other people, and then they're like, Edwin, how did you get him or her to like smile like that and like you and be able to connect like that? Like, well, I don't know what you do. And then me just telling them, hey, bro, like, why don't you just smile more and ask more questions instead of making the conversation so selfish, and do little things like that. And then once they apply, they come back to me and it's like, bro, like, honestly, bro, like, that was crazy. That was like a game changer. So then I would say, like, results like that, like helping like the people in my life, the closest people in my life, be able to do the things they wanted to do, the things that they used to be afraid of, but then like I just pushed them a little bit, and then they're able to do that.
Awesome. Like, what is the biggest impact? Like, what is the ultimate impact you want to create?
Say that one more time.
What is the ultimate goal for you? What is the ultimate impact you want to create?
The ultimate goal is I was actually writing this down earlier. So this is going to be like a very rough rough draft of that. My ultimate goal, if I'm talking like 10 years down the line, I want to definitely live a happy and fulfilled life where I'm able to touch the lives of millions of people, where people watch my things, watch my videos, go either get personally coached by me or read my Instagram caption or watch my videos, and they'll be able to be like, damn, Edwin Torres is the coolest motherfucker ever. I love him. His advice is game changer. Like, he's so crazy, so cool. And they're able to do the things they've always wanted to do. I want people to be able to unlock their full potential, which is something I'm trying to do every single day. And I want to be able to inspire that change in other people as well.
Yes. Thank you so much. And like, do you have any advice for me to grow?
Damn. Let's be even more specific. What specific questions do you have? Because I don't want to just give you general advice. I want to help you out with something you're actually struggling with.
Because I have that fear of speaking. So I started facing that. Like, I started asking people and contacting people for interviews. And I almost did 25 to 30 interviews till date.
Hell yeah. A day, you said?
Huh? No, till date.
Oh, like, I was about to say, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I started like 2 months back.
That's good. That's great. So that's number one. This is the funny thing about that, like, because sometimes I do make videos and I'm like, I don't even like looking at the number of views I get on each story, because I'm like, I don't want to know who saw it. I just want to post it and not even worry about it. And you'll realize, like, if you watch other people's videos and you see their stuff and they might be doing some crazy stuff or some funny stuff, you don't think about it for more than 2 seconds. You're literally watching it and you're like, okay, that was cool. Oh, that was weird. And you move on. People aren't thinking about you, right? So then when you make your own videos, just remember that nobody really cares about you. And you're just posting stuff, and that stuff that you're posting is gonna help you out. It's gonna help you reach more people. Instead of making it so selfish, just be like, this is what I'm posting, and this could either make somebody smile, this could either inform somebody, educate somebody, or change and brighten up their day. So if you make it more outward focused instead of inward focused, and know that people don't care about you, they care about the message that you're delivering, that's a lot better. And the more consistent you are at it, the better you'll be able to talk on camera. That's the main thing. I think Evan told when we went to Toronto, he was like, you should be making a video, daily IG stories every single day.
Yes.
Until you get better and better and better. Make them better, shorter, more powerful until you get better and better and better. And it really is. And you have to constantly do things that scare you, right? You have to reach out to those people that you think, nah, they're never going to get back to you, but still do it. Or be willing to look dumb and make a video and then do an interview that you think is going to go terrible, but then you still got to do it. Like, you got to be taking those risks, and that's how you gain that confidence in yourself. And then the more you do it, the more people that tell you, like, damn, that was a fucking great video, that helps you up, and that helps give you that more motivation for you to just keep doing it and just keep going.
Yes. Thank you so much for this fight.
Hell yeah. You're going to kill it. You just got to stay consistent. That's the main thing. You got to stay consistent and keep trying to connect with people that resonate with your message, and try to just get more and more and more and more and more. Just try keep posting better content. That's it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Edwin.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you for your time on holidays.
Yeah, no worries. Yes, thanks for even having me. That was like, I was humbled when I saw the DM. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Have a good one, all right?
Yes.
There's a difference. I want to do it and I want to be a rock star, right? Like, and that's where you influence people. Like, you know, like, I want to do it, but I also want to be the most popular. And so then that person's like, oh, I want to be him, so I guess I'll be nice. Like, I want to literally take people who have DNA that's kind of nice and make them more nice.